Okay, the Chamber of Commerce it's actually a network. All the small to medium-sized businesses, they gather together doing a network. They do a refer each other. That's what the Chamber of Commerce. The Chamber of Commerce is a nonprofit, so we have to raise the membership to run the operation. It's pretty obvious, but and also when we do event, we bring in sponsorship from the corporation or the companies. That's what the Chamber of Commerce. So why the Chamber of Commerce is important in any business? The Chamber of Commerce it has word of mouth, and also when you start building business relationship with one to the other. And for instance, if I know you and then I met you at the Chamber of Commerce, the business network meeting or B2B or any type of function that I met you, then when there's another business relate to type of opportunity comes, rather than I'm going to hire you, I'm actually say, you know what, I remember him, and he was a nice guy, and I'm going to go refer to this guy. And that really works. That really works. So that's what the Chamber of Commerce is all about. So it's refer to each other, getting together with the business people to support each other. And that really helps. So the Chamber of Commerce in Las Vegas for the Korean, because I'm running the Korean Chamber of Commerce. The Korean Chamber of Commerce, it's a national, Chamber of Commerce. We have about 64, the Chamber of Commerce in United States. So we have California, we have Utah, you have Nevada, you have Arizona, New York, Washington, you name it. Pretty much every state has a Korean American Chamber of Commerce. Right now, I am running 5 different states. I am the president of a Southwest region. So I'm handling California, Nevada, Utah, Arizona, and New Mexico. So, so I spend a lot of time working with other chamber members throughout the United States. And we do have general meeting, we have a conference, we have many different type of activity with the Chamber of Commerce. The Korean Chamber of Commerce, it's not only for the Korean community. We are working very closely with the mainstream, with ordinary people like you. We all work together. Anybody could become a Korean American Chamber of Commerce member. So the Las Vegas local chamber, we have about 100 members. 60% of non-Korean, believe it or not, and 40% they are Korean. So when I have a business mixer or event, the majority of people who come to our event, they are non-Korean. So they all speak English, not all Korean. So it's fun to kind of gather and mingle and exchange their business card and then refer to each other. Okay. Korean Chamber of Commerce, we did a big event last year, and I can kind of pass around, and I only found one. I gave all the brochure that we did the event last year. It's called International Trade Summit Las Vegas. What this is, we did co-hosted the event with the state of Nevada, Governor Sandoval's office. So we had about 300 attendees came last year at the Rio Convention Center. So what this trade summit was, we invited different type of companies and who does import-export, the China, Singapore, Poland, Mexico, all different countries. The last year we had about 12 different countries they did attend. And our city mayor, Mayor Goodman came. She was our guest speaker. And we have a state representative, also Governor Sandoval. We have Harry Reid, and all those the politicians that were supportive of this event. There's one coming up next year in April. Okay, so anyway, I can pass around, and that's so you can at least see. And some of them here, it's the brochure that I can just leave it one here. Here, yeah, I don't have that many, and this one is. Look at. That's all that I got. Okay. So the in Las Vegas, we have major, I would say, big Chamber of Commerce is Metro Chamber of Commerce. Have you heard Metro? They used to be called Las Vegas Chamber of Commerce. They are one of the largest, the private Chamber of Commerce in the United States. They generate probably around 10 million, 20 million a year. It's mainly coming from sponsorship, major hotel corporation like the Sands, MGM, and MV Energy. All those major corporations sponsor those that chamber there, and then they do have more than 5,000 the members. So it's pretty big. And then after that, we have a different ethnic group. We have African American. They don't call African American Chamber of Commerce. I think they call Urban Chamber. Have you heard Urban Chamber? Okay, that's the African American. Also, we have a Latin Chamber. They're all Hispanic group. They all gather. It's Latin Chamber, and also have Asian Chamber of Commerce. And we have small little group like us, the Korean American Chamber. We have a Japanese Chamber. We have Filipino. We have Indian Chamber, things like that. So we have a small little ethnic group. And also we have a international, the Council of a Chamber, which is the group of a small little ethnic group, such as the Indian, the Korean Chamber, Japanese Chamber, Filipino chambers, gather together, and we just kind of grouping as International Council of a Chamber. And our office is on McLeod and Desjardins, okay? So it's on the east side. And we shared our office together with the Japanese Chamber and Filipino Chamber. So once you start opening up your own business, the chamber, joining a chamber is very important to promote your business there because the members are huge. Rather than trying to only get into website, when you're actually going to the meetings like that, get to really expose yourself and about your business, you can actually start building up your business there. So it's a great opportunity to really get to know the people there, okay? So that's the Chamber of Commerce. So Chamber of Commerce is pretty, when you're talking about project and you want to become, hey, what do we do about Chamber of Commerce? How can we go ahead and bring it up to make it a little bit more visible or a campaign? What can we do on this? I mean, that's another subject that I want to talk about is how can we bring this Korean Chamber of Commerce to make it more visible in our community? I'm already very much involved with the city, the state, and the many people out there because I work with them all the time. But our members, and when people say, what is Korean Chamber of Commerce? You know, how big are you and how many members do you have? Well, the Korean Chamber of Commerce is national. That's what the strength is because we have more than 5 million Koreans in the United States. Just for the Korean community in Los Angeles, it's about 2 million. So it's huge in California side. But compared to Chinese or compared to Filipino, compared to Hispanic, of course, it's a lot smaller. But it's a growing number of Korean community here in the United States. It's getting big, and also we also getting a lot of support from the Korean government side, and also getting the support from our state. We all working together hand in hand as a partnership. So, when I'm involved with import-export, helping our state to have them export their product to Korea, and also I help the Korean government to bring their product here to introduce. And that's what international trade is all about. The Governor Sandoval is really promoting and marketing, try to export their product to different countries. Especially we're dealing with China, Korea, Japan not so much because the Korea has a free trade agreement with the United States. I don't know if you already know that. So when the products are export to the Korea or import the item from Korea, there's no tax. So which is very, very benefit. And they normally when involved with the duty like that, it's like 12 to 15%. And when you import item from Korea, there's no tax. Not every item, but there's quite a few different items. You don't have to pay duties on that. No for it. So that's what is really, really promoting right now, and they're trying to really get involved with the activity with Korean government and with the United States, because it's saving money. The bottom line is saving money. Okay, so we do event, the Korean Chamber event. Major event is International Trade Summit. We do that once a year. Next year, probably the time will be changed to April, and we're going to be bringing about 30 different companies to come in and promote their product, and bring in all the suppliers and bring in all the buyers to do a matchmaking. So that I want you to get into KACCLV.org. That's our Korean Chamber of Commerce website. Hopefully it's not down.
It's up.
It's up?
Yeah.
It's up? Okay, good. Okay. And that Korean Chamber of Commerce and my consulting business, it's kind of a little bit of not really direct relationship, but indirect relationship, because kind of working hand in hand together. And I have our business group working, consulting business with the chamber work and stuff. So, but the chamber is chamber. It's a strictly nonprofit. We are more promoting it and supporting our state, our community. And private sector is more, you know, you can do so much with a nonprofit. You can go out and spend day and night and spending all your hours and try looking for somebody for something. You know what I mean? That's not a chamber work. Chamber is just strictly for providing network. That's what the chamber. So when you get into private sector or private business, that's where you actually getting to spend your time and effort and really try to go ahead and get the job accomplished. And that's what the private sector compared to the chamber work, okay? Do you have any question about Chamber of Commerce? Yes.
What services do you actually provide for the members that are within your organization?
We do quite a few stuff for our members. Number one is a network in which exchange, refer to the service what they need, and also we do have a seminar periodically. So when they are tax season or they need accounting service or they need attorney service and things like that, we do refer, and we do have a private the meetings, and it's all free at the first time. Of course, when they get into second and third time, of course they're charged, but always the first time, it's free. And also we have a small little doctors group, the dentist. They used to come in every so often and do a free checkup and things like that, free cleaning through our chamber members. We used to do that. When the person is opening up the brand new business or when they do expansion, then we're going in there supporting for grand opening ceremony, and we do promote newspaper, medias to make sure that their business get kicked off pretty nicely. So, yes.
Do you have any seminars to help them with their certifications? If they're a woman-owned business or a minority-owned business?
I'm not, I should, but I'm not really into so much in that yet. But I think I should, yes. Yes, that's a good idea. We should go ahead and do some type of certification, something like that. Yes.
What do you need the most help with? What group do you need the most help with to communicate with? Prospective members or members?
I would say members, yes. Yes. And
What are the types of communications you do with your members?
what type of communication do I do with members? We do exchange emails, and we mainly do a lot of exchange emails. That's probably it's one of the most comfortable things, and people normally say, hey, what I need, what do we do this, and and our board members sending out invitation or having a board meeting periodically and do. So mainly we do communicating with our members through emails. Yes. Okay.
In which forms do you usually scope out prospective members? Like what databases or something particular that you use to attract members to your organization?
We use anytime when you do have a conference or when you have an event, the people dropping off their business card, they sign up, and then we do follow up with them. That's the database. Each event we have a different database. So this event we did, I would say like B2B or Christmas holiday B2B meeting, or we had the business mixer at the Win. Then we have a database. So each event we have a different database. So we do contact, we send out invitation, or we send out in general when we're having a like the ITS, we send out thousands of different network database. That's through the LinkedIn. So LinkedIn is all connected with our network database. So I would say that LinkedIn is probably most effective and to communicate and sending out email, invitation, and things like that. Yes.
How do you become a member?
How do you become a member? You can sign up through our website. For students, is probably I would like to offer like some internship. I have an internship program with the UNLV. It's been about 4 years now. It's through the hospitality. So I do hire anywhere between 2 to 5 interns at our Korean Chamber of Commerce. Of course, they get credit. They get 3 credit. But I go through training from 4 different departments. Okay, from the event planning, event coordinations, customer service, accounting, and then you actually have the meeting interview with a high-level executive from the hotel. So I have all the connection with those people there. So if you are interested in, I would say, hey, you know, I love to go ahead and meet with the food and beverage director at such place. Can you go ahead and make the arrangement? Then I do make the arrangement. So they go in there, do the interview, and they have to go ahead and do the report and submit it to UNLVs. So those type of stuff I do train. And when I train, like ITS, we plan 6 months at a time, sometimes even 8 months, because we have to invite people from overseas, and we have to send out invitation. We also have to solicit some sponsorship because it's a nonprofit. We have to pay for the event. So how are you going to pay for the event unless somebody pay for it? And people who comes in as an attendee, they normally don't want to pay. So we have to go ahead and gather the sponsor from the major corporation because something is related to their business to promote. Last year, we were very lucky to bring Caesars Entertainment, Venetian, MGM, MB Energy. Those people came and actually support our event, and Kia. So that really helped. Because when you're doing an event at the hotel, it's pretty expensive, especially the union place. You have to pay really arm and leg. Just renting a space, this much money. And then food and beverage, this much money. Plus. When I say plus, you know, when you're having a coffee, even just for the coffee, they charge you like $85 per gallon. It's outrageous, $85 per gallon. And water, $3. Small little bottle of water, they charge you $3. And if you want to having a sit-down dinner for event, they charge about $100 per person, plus 24% gratuity, plus the tax. So $100 dinner is a steak, you know, small little filet mignon dinner comes up to about $150 per person. I mean, it's very, very expensive. But who's going to pay for that? Somebody going to pay for. So when we do events like this, we bring the major guest speaker. That's what all event is like this. Somebody have to pay for it. Either you have to pay the ticket to get in there, or you have to bring the sponsorship. So the chamber is not easy to run either, but it's fun. Again, it's all working with the people. Working with the people can be headache, but also can be very challenging and very, very accomplishment when you do that. So I have done events so many times, and and also my intern, I train them when they're coming in from how to coordinate, how to plan from A to Z until the day of the event. So they go through all this process. So once they learn from our internship program, they can actually go and get hired from company because they know what to do. Because I train them a whole 3 months. It's about 15 hours a week. It could be 20. It all depends, you know. And I really train them, all different aspects of different departments. So they know what to do about. Oh, I know how to do this. They know how to market, you know, internet. They know how to make the creation of a new flyers or invitation, you know, those type of stuff. They should know how to do it when they're done with our internship program. It's not that I am good at, creating website, but at least ideas, and then they do that. Because, you know, if college students are pretty smart these days. They know how to do computers well.
What
So,
what
yeah.
kind of students do you have do these internships that are producing these flyers
Uh,
and invitations?
invita-
Do you have copies of these flyers and invitations that they produce?
do you want me to go ahead and, yeah, I do.
Yeah.
Yes, I do. I didn't bring it with me, but I can. We just finished one event in September last month, so I can show you it's a simple invitation. This one was a smaller event, but when we do ITS, it's just the flyer, all different type of flyers going out, and then and also the ITS logo was made out of our intern. That was our intern's idea, the ITS logo. So they came from our intern's idea. So that did that, and then we change our website, of course, every year when we have a different ITS. But their ideas, they're coming in, they're putting kind of like new ideas and new things, putting together. Yes. The flyers can be, it doesn't have to be really fancy or something too ornate. It can be pretty straightforward. When people read it, oh, they know what that is. And it doesn't have to be really crazy flyer. It's when they read it, it shows appealing why they should attend. Basically, that's what that is. ITS, we normally do charge attendance fee. But you know, any interns, of course, during the event, we normally pay the interns to do some work. So they work about 8 hours straight. They do registration. They're working on the floor to make sure the floor is okay. So we do pay them. But internship we normally don't pay because it's non-paid internship program through UNLV. So it's anybody who gets a transport to UNLV and get into hospitality. You know, again, we do have an opportunity to go through the internship. That's one of the must credit that you have to do in order to graduate. So the internship program, the UNLV provide, but I don't think the CSN has an internship program through hospitality. I don't think. Does anybody know?
Don't know. A lot of us don't have them because we only have 2 years.
Yeah.
This is a 4-year program. You have time to do that kind of stuff.
Yeah, internship is more likely when they're in senior year. I like to hire the people who only have 1 or 2 classes. That's it, or no more than that. If they have a full 5 classes, 15 credit, and taking another internship, that's a lot. They really don't spend a lot of time with the internship program, you know. So,
Can
yes.
you give a recap of the top 3 needs for the Chamber of Commerce that could help you with?
Okay, the Chamber of Commerce. Again, the creativity of how we can attract more membership.
So recruitment.
Yes, and yes. Number 2, what can we do to serve more for our community as a Korean Chamber? So what can we go and bring it back? In fact, that I actually do. Our Korean Chamber has a scholarship program with the UNLV. It's not whole a lot, but we do give anywhere between $1,000 to $3,000 per year that we do give to our school, the hospitality school at UNLV. So we're getting some support from UNLV, and we're also giving back to our school. So it's kind of always kind of work hand in hand, working together as a team. So the internship program we do support our school. When I say our school, which means because I went to UNLV, and then support our students to help to giving some scholarship there. Yes.
You don't need any help communicating with the internship because you have established program with them and they're feeding people to you. Students come in, so you don't have a real communications need there.
No.
But what other communications needs do you have with your members?
What communication do I need through
Better
our?
promotion of events to attract more people?
We do. Again, we do what they call business mixer. Business mixer, we do kind of like a small little event. It's more on a cocktail event. So when you do business mixer, it's normally involved cocktail, involve hors d'oeuvre, like the appetizers. Okay, so and then they normally pay about anywhere between 10 to 12 person. That covers the food and a beverage, and we normally do that at the one of the hotels. We do change place to place, and we should do that more often, but I only do it like 2-3 times a year, and again, that's another planning. Even though when you having a business mixer and gathering about 100 people, still there's a lot of work is involved. You have to go and send that invitation, getting an RSVP, selling tickets, and also sign up with a hotel for their banquet. And then you have to pay for the food and beverage. So it is a lot of work and planning to do. And our interns actually get involved from the beginning, and they know what to do. We teach them once, twice, and they know exactly what process the real world is doing with this type of work with the business people. So that's part of that. It's not only the planning wise, they also learn about food and beverage. They learn about accounting. They learn about marketing. They learn about event planning. So all this type of stuff is real world that I'm planning. Training, it's actual hands-on training. It's people really do appreciate that. When they go through a training program or internship at the hotels, hotel has a very limited also. They only hire one person per department, okay? And then there's so many people want to get into the hotel internship, but there's not that many openings there. But you know what they do? They all sit there, now really not doing anything. They don't really get taught like the way I teach our students, like really training from 1 to A to Z. Over there is they just do more answering the telephone, just very basic stuff. So one of our the dean from hotel hospitality, and they'll actually start cracking down with some of the internship program the hotel is offering, because they are doing it because they are doing it. They're not really willing to teach interns and to let them grow and learn so they can go out and get a better career out of it. They're not really doing it. They're just doing it just because they are doing it. So they are really, the school, the UNLV is really try to crack it down to make sure they teach them exactly what they need to get taught. Yes.
Okay. When it comes to the social networking and these mixers, do you guys have like a traditional style way of doing things, meaning like registration at the door with like pen and paper, like so maybe a digital format to do these things?
Oh, that'll be a great idea. The way we do is first we send out invitation by email blast, just send them all out, and then getting the RSVP, and some of the special guests. They're coming in, of course, they're coming in to speak, so we don't charge them, but other person, they have to go and pay for their tickets. So they normally, it's very inexpensive. So and then they either they pay through the PayPal, or they can pay with their credit card, or they pay that, and we have a registration there. So we have a digital, we have all that, and then when they come in, we print out. They just come in and check out, and we have our name tags. It's very traditional. We go through the same type of process what other chambers do. Yes. If it's unless it's really really small event, like only, but it normally doesn't happen that small, but it's anywhere between, I would say, 50 to about 100 when we have a business mixer. Then we have the name tags ready, and then all the checklist is ready. Yes.
How often are your membership fees as well?
It's a once a year. Yeah, once a year. Yes. Yeah.
Now, is ITS your major event?
Yes, it is.
Is that annual?
Yes, it is.
And that's kind of international in scope, right?
Yes, it is. Yes.
How do you send out invitations? Is that you have through email?
3 emails. It's 99% of invitation all sent out by emails. Yes.
Okay. There's a lot you can do graphically through an email besides just having text and that. So can we get copies of former email invitations?
Okay, sure. So I'm going to make a note.
I'd like to see what these hospitality interns did as far as meeting communication.
Okay, let's going to compare with our class here in our UNLV interns.
Any other questions? And then you have a little time here maybe to talk about her consulting.
Any other question? Okay.
What is the both the bridal and the commerce. Do you have any kind of budget you're kind of trying to stick to? Or
What do you mean by budget?
like how much are you
Money.
willing to spend?
Yeah, well, I know the money, but are you
For,
talking
like,
about
advertisements or anything?
oh, advertising for budget? Oh boy, I never thought about that. Because the advertising budget, when you do, it's, again, when you go ahead and sign up with the Google, click, oh my God, that's crazy. When you sign up with the Facebook, you click, oh, that's crazy. I don't know, does it ever work? I spend a monthly basis, and I hardly ever get any business through that, So I kind of like, yeah, and then you know what? I said, I'm not going to do this anymore.
What have you spent then in the past? That would be
I tried quite a bit, something like that, click or advertising through.
How much did the click-through cost you on that?
Oh, a lot. It could be $100 to it could be $500, it could be thousands. It all depends how many people they let you click. You sign up for you have a budget for 500, and then all of a sudden they're coming in all different crazy. I don't know who did it. I heard that they hired somebody to go in and click.
I wouldn't put it past them.
It's, I don't know if I can trust that technology of clicking something through, website. I'm not really sure. I don't know what other area it would work the best. I'm not sure. To me, yes, go ahead.
Sorry. Do you have co-sponsored events like with other chambers?
The other sponsor normally don't co-sponsor. They normally don't. Yeah, because we are, in fact, sometimes they think getting a good sponsorship from certain corporation can be very challenging, and it's competition. So the MGM has a budget, okay? So I would say, I'm just making examples. The MGM has $10,000 budget per year, giving us sponsorship to different chambers. So the ones, the Latin chamber sign up first, and they got $5,000. Now it's only $5,000 left, sharing with 5 or 10 different chambers. So they're all fighting for their money. So it's a competition. So the other chamber, they normally don't sponsor other chambers, unfortunately, yeah. So, but when they see the good project, and they think they can be a really good promotional marketing their company, then they will do that. But again, you have to build up your business relationship with those corporations. It's not easy to getting a sponsorship. It's really not. I spend a lot of time, and effort and business relationship building up with them. Otherwise, yeah, it's very hard. Yes.
Last question, I think. Are you guys involved with different expo events that happen throughout the year?
Yes, there's the expo called Largest Mixer. Have you heard? The Largest Mixer, okay. I still go there. I still do support that event, and because a lot of chambers, they're coming in and they set up their booth and promoting their chambers. So I do attend. But other chambers out there, any other expo event, it's really hard. It's really hard. So I'm more involved the trade, international trade. That's something that you don't really compete with other chambers. Also, the chamber is a competition. It's all business, but it doesn't mean it's cutthroat. It's not like that at all. It's a business relationship, but when it comes to selling more their booth or bring more business in or raise more membership, it's all kind of part of their competition. So, but I am totally a little bit different area of international trade, which is to bring the people in from outside of country and bring the people from different states. I do this, and we have a guest speaker coming in from D.C. We have a guest speaker coming in from San Francisco. We have a guest speaker coming in from China or Korea. So it's really not really competition over that area. But when you're talking about just regular expo, regular conference, there's a lot of competition. I don't know if you noticed about the food, what's that called? Food festival, okay? There is one food festival that got hit so good. I guess there was Oktoberfest, and there was Italian, what do they call it? They have a food expo, right? They're selling booth and they're selling food. They become so popular, and then it become a money-making project. And every chamber, every people, they like to go ahead and create some type of food festival activity. And they're selling tickets and doing it. So now there's so many. So some people are just not making any money at all, because when there's so many competition, When they see this, oh my God, the chamber is doing good. They're making money. Oh, they are doing good, so I'm going to do this. So there's a lot of copycats. And but I wasn't really concerned so much about copycats or competing with anybody, because the Korean Chamber, we have our own obligation and our own area that we want to concentrate, which is the international trade. It's more import, export. Our governor is really supporting, and he's really marketing and promoting that area there. So we are kind of working together with the state and city. Next year, probably we're going to be working with both, because I call them, it's our partners. We are partners. We are working together as a team, and it's very fortunate to be getting a great support from our state and our city. I have not get involved with the North Las Vegas Chamber of Commerce. There used to be North Las Vegas Chamber of Commerce. Now I think it's became a metro. They're all kind of combined, right? Did you? I don't know anybody know that or not, but that is metro. It's kind of all involved with North Las Vegas and the City of Las Vegas Chamber. That's kind of connected, combined.
So the
Yes.
Korean Chamber of Commerce is different in that it's more oriented to international.
Yes.
Okay,
Yes.
I think that's good to know. And that's what you consult with on the side. They are somehow related, I can see, but
Right.
what about this side business that you do as a consultant?
Well, consultant it's more okay. When we do international trade summit, when we do conference and bring the people in and doing the presentation, or the bring the guest speakers to acknowledge exactly what this event is all about, and promoting some of the product what our state or our city like to go and promote, and we coordinate to make sure that having that event to contribute our community here. That kind of stops right there. The business consulting business that I'm in, more my personal business is, okay, I would say if the Samsung came and they set up a little booth there, and then we have a whole bunch of buyers came in, but they're not really buying anything. They just come in and they just talk. They're not really buying anything. So they want to get in some little bit more further help to either sell or buy. That's our deeper consulting business comes in, to make sure we help them close the sale, close the business sale. So in other words, they want to go and sell this product by Samsung, and then she comes in as a buyer. But Samsung is eager to selling this item. The buyer is thinking, she's not really sure, because she wants to look at some of the product from LG. And she wants to also look at some of the product from China. So they are comparing all this. So they want to go ahead and get full professional opinion and service, what they need in order to sell their product, and then they hire the private consultant like me to get involved and really help them to export their product. And that's what the consulting business.
You said earlier, when I was talking to you the other day, that you don't have to go out and find these people. They find you because you're the only one basically in town that does this. If you're trying to bridge the gap from here to Korea. Is that true?
Yes and no. Yes and no. Yes, that's true. This is only Korean Chamber of Commerce in Las Vegas, and also we are the only one promoting international trade. So when you kind of type in international trade, our chamber pops up, and then our international trade pops up. But still, we still need marketing. There's enormous opportunity out there. More you do advertising, more you marketing, more you promote. There's more our event, it will be go out there. So some people say, oh, wait a minute, I didn't know you had an event. Oh, I didn't know this. Even though we are the only people, if people don't really get into it, or they did not have an opportunity to get involved, or had an opportunity to sit, or had an opportunity to really, and hear about that event, then they're going to miss it. So even though we are the only one doing it, if we don't do enough advertising or promotion, they're going to miss the opportunity to really see that until like maybe later time. So it's always good to have more creativity and promote and market out there. Yes.
Are you saying that your business is consulting is based on what the chamber pulls in?
Not exactly. Not exactly. I mean, that's how you actually started first. And when the Chamber of Commerce, and of course, it's part of my job is also there's some business coming through the Chamber of Commerce, just like anybody else. When people want to join the Chamber of Commerce, of course, they join the Chamber of Commerce to do the network, bring the business in through the chambers, of course. So that had some relationship to it. But then again, throughout the network, without the Chamber of Commerce, but just throughout the network, the reputation and their already accomplishment that you had, when you help them people to do closing the deal or selling some of the product, help them out and having a great consultation to getting further advance their business, and then that all kind of build up their opportunity to promote their own. So that's where you gain it's another one is like word of mouth, and then the referrer. So it doesn't have to be all just a Chamber of Commerce.
How else do you get business as a consultant?
I'm a kind of like more starter now, so I've been around only about a year, so it's not a lot, but at least about, it's just handful at this point, yes.
How do they come to you? How do they find you? Why do they pick you?
Why did they pick me? Again, the National Korean Chamber of Commerce, and also I'm very close with a lot of businesses in Korea. So when they're looking for international trade or opportunity, and then when they click on it pops up. So it's already some of the lot of area has been already established. Yeah.
Do you need any literature to promote yourself, or is it just pretty much word of mouth?
Of course, I mean anything that can be helpful. Again, the marketing through online is extremely, extremely vital and important. And depends how you advertise and how you promote and how you create some campaign form type of advertising. Why is it important that they need to come? Rather than they want to hire somebody from Korea, or they want to hire somebody from New York. They want to hire somebody from locally here in Las Vegas. So yeah, the promotion is very important. But again, that comes through your creativity, your mind. When you get into our website, our website is right now under construction. My own personal business one, it's under construction right now. So I am collecting all the information from this class also to you come up with some great idea. Oh, this consulting business. I know what this consulting is all about.
Who's constructing this?
I have a one the website designer who did our bridal and boutique.
And what information did you give him?
Very basic.
Can you give that to us?
Yes, absolutely. Yes. So I'll do that. Yes.
Seems like there needs to be a lot of follow-up here, and it seems like you're maybe willing to do that. I think what we leave to the teams here is to come up with the questions that they still need. There's still a lot of stuff that she can give to us, but it sounds to me like she's willing to do that, but you've got to come up with your requests.
What I like.
A little bit better than a vague idea of what you do. We need to get a little more specific.
Yes. Okay. Okay.
And a lot of it's going to be based on what you're already doing now, things you've sent out, how you communicate it. That will help us a great deal.
I mean, I don't expect, miracle, okay? I don't expect that you guys are going to come up with, oh my God, that is a brilliant idea. Of course, they will be great. But at least, wow, it's something I never thought about this. And then you guys come up with this, little idea here and there is, oh my God, this is great. I never even thought about this area here. Now you guys come up with this great creativity ideas. We can kind of put it together as a whole package. They'll be really good. And there's something that's what I'm seeking for right now from this class. It's fresh mind. It's something. It's new.
Well, it's not so much we're going to give you great ideas, right?
No, not really.
Ideas are great, but
they need to provide something in material.
Presentations of what to do with the idea. Really.
Okay.
I'm pretty confident that they're going to come up with something better than what the hospitality students came up with. I mean, today everybody's a designer, right? Anybody can design stuff. And they might do what's adequate, but I think the pop's going to come from the message, how you present it, the graphics that might catch their attention. Yeah, they're going to have to come up with avenues, how do you reach these people and that. They're not going to be expertise in marketing and that. But when you have something to send out on an email, and you do that a lot, there needs to be something graphic that goes out there, not just words.
Of course, yes,
Online
yes.
brochures, online flyers, all kinds of little promotions.
Right.
And that's, I think, is probably the bulk of the kind of stuff they're going to recommend. It sounds to me like you need some printed pieces as well that you can send to somebody and look at, and particularly when you're meeting face-to-face. Stuff online, a PDF would work fine, but, they come to the event and like, oh, I want to do business now, how can you connect me up? And now you come in and consult with them. You need something to give them other than just a business card, because that sets you a little bit aside. So anyway, there's a lot of work that can be done here. I think we have interest here of, we're already formed as teams, but we could reform based on your interest. And
Yes,
so
yes,
just want to give you an
definitely.
idea. Who finds it intriguing to want to put together something, finds it challenging of putting something together for a consultant here in this situation? Anybody interested in that? Because if they're not, I'll sign them. How about those for the Chamber of Commerce? Is interested in like a nonprofit and reading those kind of challenges?
Three?
And the rest, well, it doesn't matter. Doesn't
Okay.
matter if nobody does. I'm just getting some feedback
Yeah,
here.
yeah.
We'll make some assignments on that one. It's like anything. It's not interesting until you really know about it. And I think maybe we just scratched the surface here. A little difficult, I think, trying to get a handle on what she's trying to do. And if you're finding it difficult to be interested in it, then that's a challenge of other people getting interested in it. Okay? And a lot of it has to do with the presentation. Not dissing you for your presentation in that. She's excited about what she has, but she's finding it hard to focus on what really needs to be done. I think if I were to do a word cloud, then the biggest word, which would represent the word that was said the most often, would be creative, right? Or creativity.
Yeah, that's
But
what
that's so
Kevin-
vague. We're looking at something to get our handle on, and right now we're kind of struggling for that. But I can see
yeah.
some avenues that we can do that.
Again, throughout past 3-4 years with so many different interns, we always come up with